Hi everybody, you all know who I am, and if you don't, I'm Caroline Best, founder of the Tao of Horsemanship and Dream Riding Partnership Program. I'm going to be doing my Tuesday's training tip with Lita, one of my schoolmasters. She belongs to my dear friend Janine, who's been with us, she and her horses for, oh my gosh, I don't know, 12 years now. And Lita is an advanced horse. She's probably third level dressage. She can do the piaffe. She's a great trail horse. She's 19 years old. Some of you are familiar with some of my other videos with her. The thing I want to bring up is a couple of points here. Even though she's an advanced horse, we are coming back into the work after a couple of years off. And that means that we need to come back into it slowly, especially with arthritis, which your horses can't avoid at this age, especially if they've been trained heavily, ridden heavily. So we're coming back in, and this is what I refer to in my art of lunging method as Pilates for horses and humans, because you're going to be really stretching your working walk as you do the straightness lunge to keep up with your horse. But why I'm here first before we get to the round pen is Lita is awesome. You know, this is not a criticism, but I need her to be a little more responsive. And with responsiveness comes the stretchy stride that I'm looking for in her straightness lunge in her walk. And this is all about the walk today. And so one of the first point I want to bring up or tip for everyone is when you're getting ready to work with your horse, whether you're taking a lesson or you're doing the training and the schooling, it starts right when you start leading the horse, when you are with the horse. It doesn't start or shouldn't just start when you get to the training area. It's kind of like proper preparation and setting yourself up for success. She's very calm, very confident, and very relaxed, but I still need responsiveness, because responsiveness is what's going to enable her to stay connected to me and keep trying and keep stretching, because she does have arthritis, especially in her shoulder area here. She's got some overdeveloped scapula from former training and age before I got to her. And so we're going to work on stretching this thoracic sling area and getting more movement out of her shoulder, which will free up her neck and her top line. I'm going to start here with getting more responsiveness. I'm going to see how I'm going to get on her case a little bit. Like, come on, Lita, you've got to pick up the energy, because that's the mindset I want to take into the round pen. So I don't feel like I'm constantly after her or constantly micromanaging her. She has a responsibility as my partner in this work. And it's really not a learning session, because she knows how to do this. It's just hard with her aging body, like it would be for mine, to stretch and elongate that stride, which is so important to keeping her soundness, keeping her sound. That's why she's been sound, and helping her move better biomechanically. Ready to work on a little bit of responsiveness? All right, sweetheart. So I'm going to push you out, and I recommend this for anybody. Yep, let's go. So I'm going to pick up that rope, and when I pull on it, she's supposed to come with it, not pull back or not come with it. And she's coming with it. So I just got a little bit of energy from her. And that's what I need to take into our work. So when I get in there, I don't have to work so hard. Good girl. Just a little bit more responsiveness can go so far, because this is the mindset of your horse, the attitude of your horse. So what I recommend is get that going before you get to your training area. Set it up for success. Good girl. Good girl. All right. Hi, boys. Yeah, I'm going to work with Callan next, Janine's other horse, her beautiful rocky gaited horse. And then I'll be working with the little Mustang, Bandit. I hosed him off. That's why he's wet. It's not sweat. Hosed off the dried sweat from last night. Good girl, Lita. So this was really nice. I walked on and she came with me. Normally she just stands there and you have to pull on her. And Lita's in heat, and she's really infatuated with Joey over there. And so I killed two birds with one stone. She's focused on me and not on Joey. Yeah, so good girl. So what I'm going to do, as I mentioned, Lita is an advanced horse. You guys can hear her clicking her joints. That's a good sign though. She's an advanced horse. I am not going to put her at liberty and do a free lunge right now at the straightness because she can do that, but she's going to have a really short strided walk because she's tight. So I'm going to hold her hand by keeping her online, and I can guide her more easily online. And that way, this is normal when you're working on stretching your horse. And I'm going to be showing you through my eyes, my lens, and talking about what that's going to look like. You guys are going to see that when you're stretching your horse, if they're tight, they're going to pick up a trot. If you're at the trot, they're going to pick up a canter. And so what we really want is to be able to have 3 clear, strong gaits or transitions within the gait. So I want her to be able to have a relaxed, slow walk, a medium walk, and a fast, stretchy working walk. And I want that at the trot too. And so this is how you build a lot of balance and strength through these types of transitions, as well as self-carriage, collection. You're building the elasticity in the movement. You're engaging the hind end so the movement comes through the horse's body into the front of her, meaning she's not dragging herself forward with her front end, which is natural because horses carry 75% of their weight in their front end because they're grazers. Okay, elites. So we're just looking for a walk right now. I'm going to send the shoulder straight out. Yep, straight out on the rail. Good girl. Good. And so responsiveness is key. That was a really nice responsive send. Good girl. And so I'm going to keep pushing that hind end, inside hind end. She knows how to get on the rail and go straight. So I don't have to work on teaching my horse to be on the rail and follow focus and follow my beat, my energy. But I do need to push that inside hind leg. And if she picks up the trot, I'll shake the rope to interrupt her and slow her back down. Good. So she'll over-track. That's fine. I'm looking for a horse to track up or over-track it at this rate. But I need that neck to relax. And so that means she needs to lower the neck below her withers. Sometimes she'll even touch the sand, which is perfect. That would be the longitudinal stretch that I'm looking for. But right now we're warming up. And this can take as long as it takes. I can spend 5 to 10 minutes in this direction, change direction, go to the other side. I'm going to keep that shoulder straight. And I'm just allowing her to find it. Allowing her to just relax. Just keep pushing that hind end forward. And you'll know you're doing your job when the horse tracks up or over tracks and you start to see bigger movement in the shoulder and more swing in the neck. So right now her neck is going up and down. That's not the swing I'm looking for. The swing is left and right. Left to right. So she's still a bit tense because she keeps holding her neck up. Good. Good girl. The more she relaxes that neck and relaxes into this, you guys will see the sway where she'll be just going real soft, real light, left to right. Good girl. Let's open up that shoulder. Good. But her shoulders are tight. You can see that. Good girl. Good girl. And so right now, and this can take weeks, you guys, because a horse is so tight. And this is at an advanced level. It can take weeks for your horses when you begin this because they're so nervous and unsure. And they just don't trust the experience. So they keep picking up, a trot or wanting to change direction on you. But for Lita, it's going to take weeks for her to really stretch and be able to put that nose on the ground. That's our goal. Good girl. Good. And my whip up and down just keeps that shoulder straight and over so she doesn't fall in. Good girl. Good girl. Good. There you go. Good girl. Hey, see when she lowers that neck, she has more freedom in her shoulder. Good. Yeah, good girl. So much of this kind of work, whether you're beginning it or you're advancing the lunging, takes patience, takes time. There's no rushing this because you're working with your horse and allowing them to tell you, good girl, Litzy. More freedom in that shoulder. Good girl, but keep that hind end moving. She's got to keep up with that walk. She can't slow down. Good girl, because that's going to build her hind end strength. So, hind end strength, that's the powerhouse. That's where the balance is. If a horse is truly balanced, they can keep their nose on the ground at the big walk and the trot. And they don't change tempo. They're regular. They have a regular beat, meaning they don't, rush forward or slow down. So she's slowing down when she puts her nose because she doesn't have the strength that she needs in her hind end. Not yet. It's not bad. And if you're wondering about some of these lumps, Lita has Cushing's. So she's carrying her fat deposits. It's typical of a horse with Cushing's. And her coat is typical of a horse with Cushing's. Good girl. Good. She actually gets very dull no matter what in the summer, and she's black in the winter. But Janine has to clip her a couple times a year just because of the hair growth from Cushing's. Good girl. Good girl, Leeds. Good. Yeah, so she's got a medium walk. I would not say this is a big working walk, but we're working towards it. What I care about is that she's relaxing her top line and putting her nose on the ground and maintaining her regularity. She's not slowing down too much. She's not speeding up. Good girl. And of course, she's pretty relaxed. Good girl. So how long would I do this? A good 5 minutes in this direction at least. And we're till we start to see some change. And for her, this level, the change is putting the nose down. For your horses, it might just be getting relaxed and maintaining a regular, consistent tempo. So that's where education, these are all the building blocks. You got to know what the building blocks are so you can keep working towards. Come, yep, that way, shoulder out, good girl. So you can keep working towards, how do I want to put it? Not completing the building blocks, but, progressing. There's a lot of factors to this to do it right. Good girl. Yep, so my whip keeps coming up and down at the shoulder just to keep her straight so she doesn't fall in. Good. Good girl. Good girl. So starting to see, we see more sway this way. We see more sway at her pole. Good lick and chew. Her head's going left and right a little bit more to the right. Which is interesting because picking up the canter to the right is harder for her. Callan is doing great with his lunge. He's picking up the left canter every time. But he too has to relax his thoracic sling, his pole, and his shoulder area. Good. Good girl. Good. Good girl. So there we go. That's a nice big stretchy shoulder, but she's still tight. You can see that. Good girl. So it's no different than me going to a Pilates class and I am tight, even though I stretch. I sure could use help. And my teacher is either gonna push on me and hurt me and make me stretch, and I can't, and I'll never want to do this work again, or I'm gonna have the right teacher that takes their time to help me stretch over time. This is why so many horses hate lunging. One, they find it boring. And two, you're asking them to do things that they're not mentally, emotionally, or physically equipped to do. Good girl. Good girl. Good. And breathing. Got your nostrils open. It's a good workout. I'm actually walking sideways, guys. I keep crossing my left leg over. There's no way. I have to if I'm going to keep the camera on the horse. Good. My whip is constantly encouraging. So the biggest challenge, like for Janine, is she keeps her whip quiet. Good. And then she doesn't pay attention to her horse. She looks at the ground. Good girl, Lita. So your whip has to keep helping either the hind end stretch or the front end stay straight. Good girl. Yeah, so see, the more she stretches, the easier it is for her to lower her neck. Good. When she lowers her neck, she opens up her top line. She uses her hind end more. That's where all the balance and the power is. Good. 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 Not only is this work just amazing at the walk physically, but mentally. It creates such a level of focus and discipline. Eventually, calms horses down because the nervous system is releasing endorphin and dopamine, not adrenaline. Such a feel good. Biomechanically, the horse starts to feel better. And the beauty of this is they will continue to move this way good on their own. Horses are so smart at conserving energy and staying healthy. Good, excellent, Lita. Good, good girl. Good. So when she starts to do this more and more, lower her nose, open her top line, and it feels good, I'm not forcing it, she'll go, wow, this feels better. Feels better through my nervous system, and it feels better in my body. Good, good, good. So yeah, I'm her coach. I'm her athletic coach right now. And that's the way you guys have to think about it, you know? This is a great practice for any horse at any age. Babies, you introduce them to the lunge. You're just working on the walk. You don't want to be overdoing anything because of their young bodies and young minds. You want to get your horse back into shape for trail riding. You got an older horse you want to bring back, a stiff horse that just needs to start getting in shape. Good girl. And then this is going to transfer over to riding. So Janine has a hard time motivating her at the walk during our rides. So yeah, this is going to help. And a lot of it has to do with Lita being tight. It's not that Lita doesn't want to work with Janine. She's tight. Good girl. Good. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to continue working with Lita. I think that's enough. I'll keep you up with her progress.